They aren't. Man Made of Smoke has now just backed out. Trying again with Man Made of Smoke. Rest all waiting patiently. Gates back and away they go, and Man Made of Smoke got a terrific start. Also away well was Rosette in the Unibet Support Safe Gambling Handicap Division 2. So it's Man Made of Smoke, the pink jacket, the grey horse that leads, to Rosette, who sits in second. Then up the inside, Mother India, followed then by Greavesy, the jockey change, Kieran Schumacher aboard now. Then the stripes of Little Roman, who's racing 3 wide as they begin to approach the bend. They're then followed by Opportunity Knocks. Towards the rear of the field at the moment in the red colours is Perfect Gentleman. Twin Star is also towards the back, as indeed is Twilight Kiss, as they make their way towards the end of the back straight. This Man Made of Smoke has cut out a 3 or 4 length advantage to Rosette, who sits in second, then Mother India, the black and yellow, in third. Still on the 3 wide train is Little Roman. They're then followed right up the inside by Greavesy, who's mid-division. Then Perfect Gentleman, the outside of Opportunity Knocks, and Twilight Kiss, and still at the rear of the field is Finn Star, as they start to make the turn at the top of the track inside the final 4 furlongs. And Man Made of Smoke is continuing to extend the lead, 6 or 7 lengths to the good now as they start to make the swing for home. Being chased in second by Rosette, then Mother India, followed then up the inside in fourth by Greaves, who's had a nice trail into it. Then Little Roman, followed by Opportunity Knocks, Perfect Gentleman, Finn Star, and then Twilight Kiss. Down towards the final 2 furlongs they come. Man Made of Smoke not quite as far in front, but still holds a 4-length call. Greavesy now getting going in second. Down the centre of the track, Twilight Kiss is getting into it as well, and Opportunity Knocks, one of the outsiders from the back, as Man Made of Smoke begins to really paddle. And now inside the final furlong, it's Greavesy who's hit the front. Perfect Gentleman stays on well, as indeed does Twilight Kiss. Greavesy over the far side to Twilight Kiss down the centre of the track to Greavesy by a diminishing margin. Here comes Perfect Gentleman, scything through from the back, and Perfect Gentleman, a lovely ride from Daniel Muscutt, has won it. Greavesy was second, followed then in third by Twilight Kiss, the 4th horse home, Opportunity Knocks.
First time in a handicap, Perfect Gentleman has come through to collar Greavesy and Twilight Kiss late on under Danny Muscutt. Got a nice run through when horses were coming back, and there he is at the line, half a length in front of Greavesy, with Twilight Kiss behind. Those 3 ended up pulling clear of Opportunity Knocks in 4th. Man Made of Smoke, Jordan Williams set some fast fractions on this son of Havana Gold, who emptied out in the home straight, and the 5-2 favourite has obliged, a horse who has got a fairly useful pedigree. At this point, Man Made of Smoke had a sizable lead, but had gone, if you look at the 4th and 5th or 3rd and 4th furlongs, that he was clocking 11.89 and just under that previously. And in the straight was a sitting duck for Greavesy, first of all, who came with a challenge. Twilight Kiss on the outside came with every chance. Slightly different effort from Twilight Kiss this time as opposed to last time. And there was Danny Muscutt getting the run out of Perfect Gentleman, had to just duck past the weakening Man Made of Smoke, and then continue past Greavesy in the closing stages, and in the end has won with a little bit in hand. A horse who, as you said, related to staying horses on the dam side. This Danny Muscutt has just jumped off. I hope the horse is okay, and I hope it's nothing serious and nothing untoward for Perfect Gentleman, who has got off the mark at the 4th time of asking for George Scott in the trademark dark-coloured noseband that many of his horses carry. But Perfect Gentleman has beaten Greavesy and Twilight Kiss. Man Made of Smoke emptying out. Little Roman had a 3-wide trip. I think he's better than that, but ultimately he paid the price for an awkward run around Kempton today. In contrast, Perfect Gentleman had a much better trip and got a good steering from Danny Muscutt's come home in front, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that the fact that Danny is dismounted from the horse is nothing too serious, but we'll check on that. Might be some tack perhaps, I don't know, and we'll let you know as soon as possible.
Thanks, Rishi. Yes, with any luck, there's nothing untoward there with Perfect Gentleman, who was a pretty taking winner of that Division 2 of the Unibet Support's Safe Gambling Handicap. A good half an hour for Steve Jones as well, with Outrace, and then with Perfect Gentleman winning there.
He's lost his left rein. There
you go. That would be the reason Danny is having to jog back.
Yeah, so the horse looks fine.
Yeah, the horse does look
Danny
fine.
looks annoyed.
Danny, yeah, he does. Not surprised after that. Let's look at the race then itself, because an astonishingly quick start made by a couple of these, Rach.
Yeah, we're going to see slow motion. We're going to look for the pink silks of Man Made of Smoke and the Mark Johnson Rosette.
And maybe it was almost a too quick start, too good to be true in a way. It did look as though the stall may have come open a little bit earlier than anything else. But
well, they can break their gate.
Yeah.
If we had a head-on at the start, we could see that accurately, but needless to say, Man Made of Smoke absolutely pinged it, went to the front, and tried to do that bumper horse at Newcastle the other day and didn't. You look at the winner, you can just see Danny Muscutt's head, the white with the red diamonds, sort of bopping around. He's really keen early, because while Man Made of Smoke is going quick, the rest of them aren't going as fast. So we're basically, Man Made of Smoke's running his own race. Everybody else, led by Rosette, isn't going that quick, and this is only his fourth start. It actually looks like the bit's beginning to pull through the horse's mouth on that turn. You just saw a lot more of the metal on the right-hand side of the horse's mouth than otherwise, so Danny might be having a few steering issues, which was quite impressive considering how he sort of had to scythe through the field, and particularly within that last half furlong or so had to take up and get around his main competitor, Greavesy.
Indeed, yeah, Danny, one of the more balanced jockeys in the wearing room, definitely a help, I'd imagine, in this kind of scenario. Steve, at this point we can pick them up. I thought Greavesy was coming with a pretty potent winning challenge, but your eye is drawn all the time to the scything motion, as Rachel just mentioned, of Perfect Gentleman.
Yeah, I just think that he's benefited from the leader going off fast and the others getting racing early in the straight to chase down that leader, because I don't think he can go any faster, Perfect Gentleman. I think the very fact that he's improved going up to a mile, I think he's going to improve again when he'd probably get a mile and a half, I think, quite easily in time when he settles down. But he is keen, and that's clearly why George Scott is trying to manage that kind of requirement of him going up in distance. But he started off on a good mark, and he's got on top close home. I wouldn't particularly be falling over myself to back him again in a race where there didn't look to be so much pace and it didn't set up as well for him, because I think he'd be outspeeded. But he's got the perfect scenario tonight. He has come up against some pretty exposed horses. Greavesy, as you said, made a dash for glory, and maybe he's a little bit unlucky to be mown down like that. He was well placed last time in the rear in that fast run race that Reddy Reckner and Strike Alliance, who were placed in our previous race, were placed in, and he sort of flattened out in the closing stages that day. Maybe that's happened again, but it's a bit harsh, because I'd say Perfect Gentleman is well handicapped and is probably a bit better than this lot.
Yes, we've got another angle of the start we can look at, which should be interesting, Rach, considering Man Made of Smoke's very quick exit from the stalls.
Yeah, 3 and 9 stalls we're looking at. Nope, they just absolutely pinged the lids.
You don't really ping the lids better than that, do you?
No, it did actually help, though, that Man Made of Smoke, as John Blant said at the beginning of commentary, went in, went out, straight back in, and they hit it. He sort of did a bit of a Dakota Gold. You know, he's always absolutely brilliant because he's the last one in. He goes straight in, and they hit the button, and there you go. And everybody's very happy, and we'll see. He's got 2 entries on Monday at Wolverhampton, over 7 and a mile and a 16th. Track I wouldn't necessarily would suit him, but on the other hand, as Steve mentioned, up in trip in time, considering that his dam is related to Rebel's Romance, who's a 3 times Group 1 winner, including the Breeders' Cup Turf last year. And we'll see if that family can make it a memorable half hour, because Measured Time, the debutante in the next race for Charlie Appleby, is the half-brother of Rebel's Romance.
Oh, there you go. Perfect Gentleman, the winner in this one. 5-2 favourite for Danny Muscutt, who looked significantly happier in the winners' enclosure needed 5 minutes ago. George Scott and Eve Lodge racing. Second was Greavesy, 9-2. And third was Twilight Kiss, also at 9-2. And the winning time for that one was 1:40.31, 3.41 seconds above standard. That was quicker than the last race, but not quite as quick as the opening race. Let's get the thoughts of Danny Muscutt with Rishi.
Well, first thing we're going to ask Danny is, obviously you jumped off. Everything okay with the horse? Everything okay with the tack?
Yeah, tack malfunction. The bit was through his mouth. So,
well, when did that happen?
I'm not sure. He was looking out a bit on the turn, and then I had to snatch around the horse up the straight, so it could have gone either of those stages. But no, they went a good gallop. His stamina kicked in, and he stuck on good.
I wouldn't have noticed the way that you were riding him in the closing stages, because he definitely picked up, and obviously you're always kind of smooth and neat in the finish.
Well, they went fast, and he's bred for sort of mile and a quarter-ish trips anyway, and it's nice to get him off the mark. He's done well physically over the winter, and that's George's first win of the year. So I
was going to say, physically he's quite an imposing sort. I'd imagine this race would bring him on a great deal, both physically and mentally.
Yeah, you'd hope so. Yeah, and hopefully he can progress and have a bit of fun with him for the owners.
Underplaying your skills in the saddle with that?
I didn't know at the time. So.
Well done, Danny.